everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for sticking in there with me. I know usually I go live on Saturdays. That wasn't possible yesterday. I'm all right though. My family's all right. I got a lot of messages, so thank you guys so much. I just had a migraine yesterday, almost a migraine, not quite a migraine, but getting to that level. So I had to take the night off, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have to take the night off. I feel fine today, or not fine, but better. Thank you. So glad to be here, and I'm going to start to sew a little bit of this next Art East pattern, Red Pandas, that I have. I'm really excited about that. I love their patterns, except for the cutting. We've all talked about that before. The cutting is a lot, but that's okay. I love their patterns anyway, so I'm going to keep doing it. I have a couple more of their patterns after this one. I have the tartan plaid pattern and a few other ones that I'm going to do. But after those, I'm not sure how many more I'll do unless something really strikes my fancy, because I forgot how much cutting there was. I think maybe if I space them out further enough or far enough apart, I won't remember how bad the cutting is, and then I'll take the plunge and do another one. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do the Red Pandas today. So I'm going to say hello to everybody who's here in the chat. Hey, Del Marie, good to see you. Stephen, hey there. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Rebecca. Hey, Russ. Hi, Jean and Terry and Karen. Good to see everybody. So tonight I'm just gonna start working on these guys. I actually started working a little bit, doing these little itty bitty pieces. They're all part of the faces of the panda, or the red pandas. So I'm gonna go to the face page. I'm gonna make all the head units first because they're all sewn the same, these heads. And then the bodies are a little bit different on each one. So these two, the bodies are similar, but they're flipped. And then this one, the body is completely different, but all the heads are the same. So I'm going to do all the heads first. So that's what I'm working on today. It is a cute pattern, Terry. I love it. It's just a lot of pieces. So what are you guys doing today? What are you working on? Thank you, Kathleen. Hi, Tony. Gets out magnifying glass. Those are tiny pieces. Yeah, these ones in this little thing right here. That's pretty small flying geese. So I did get some of the top part of the face unit done. And these aren't traditional red panda colors, of course. This is Tula Pink fabric. So some of her basics, I do like a lot of her basics. I'm not a huge Tula Pink fan, like I know Russ is and Adam sews. I do like some of her basics. I'm not a fan of her necessarily all her designs, but I respect her as an artist, and I think she's really cool for that standpoint. Too many itty bitty pieces, said Karen. Yeah, you have to have a lot of patience because you have to cut all these pieces and then you have to sew them back together, because that's what we do, right? As quilters, we're kind of crazy like that. So anyway, I'm going to take these pieces that I've already sewn and I'm going to attach some pieces to them, and I got to figure out which pieces go on these next. So let's see. Okay, the D pieces. The D's go on the side of these. And the one thing I can say is you want to label everything really well with an Art East quilt pattern. So I have these little stick-on labels that I have all the letters, because you have uppercase letters, you have lowercase letters, and then you get double uppercase letters sometimes and double lowercase letters, depending on how many pieces are in a quilt. So it's a lot of pieces. You need to stay really, really organized. So Tony said, I must try this quilt. Yes. I finished two other Art East ones, Going Coastal and the Puffin Star so far, and they both were great. The cutting was really the worst part on all these. Once you start sewing and chain piecing everything, they don't really take that long. Although the lobster block in that Going Coastal, he took a bit, but they really don't take super long. It's just the cutting. The cutting takes forever. Hi, Siberian Wind. Good to see you. Jean said, I'm taking all my getting old cloth grocery bags, cutting them, adding batting and scraps, and making them stronger and unique. Oh, great. That's awesome. That's a great way to reuse that stuff. Oh, Colleen said she's working on the kitty from Art East, the Cheshire Cat. Nice. I bet that's got a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces. So it looks like some of my good friends who have YouTube channels are here in the chat. Shannon of Slay Art and Russ of Quilt Meets World. Both of them are here, and they are both really super close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you could go check out their channels, if you do exclamation Shannon or exclamation Russ, if one of you guys wants to do that for me, you can find their channels really, really easily. And it would mean a lot to them if you subscribed. I know both of them are really, really excited about getting to 1,000, and I really want them to. And then my friend Steven of Land Designs and the Idiot Quilter, he's here in the chat as well. And he just got to 10,000. I'm so excited for him. And he's going to be having a celebration bash. So if you want to find out more about the celebration bash and what that means, part of it is like a sew day, but he's also giving us away a free pattern that he wrote himself. Check out his channel as well, and you can put exclamation Steven for that. So really excited for all of them. They're doing so well. And if you wouldn't mind, while you're here, just double check and make sure you're subscribed to me as well. I'd really appreciate it. I'm less than 100 to 20,000 subscribers. I'm super excited about that. So that's going to be fun when I get there. And my friend Steven has already been talking to me and encouraging me to do something for 20,000. So we're going to cook something up. We'll have something fun planned when we get to that point. So it's going to be a great time. Oh, cool. Somebody's putting it in. Thank you, Shannon. So coming up this week is Fort Worth Fabric Studio week 2 of the Valentine Mystery Quilt, Matters of the Heart. That's tomorrow. If you guys are interested in a Valentine quilt, it's completely free. They do have kits still available if you would like to purchase a kit, but you don't have to. You can sew from your stash. That's the one thing I like about Fort Worth Fabric Studio is that they give you the patterns for free. So if you have a bunch of red and pink and white fabric and you like Valentine's, you can just download their patterns. So that's great. I love Fort Worth Fabric Studio. They're one of the few companies that I really like to support. Okay, now these little bitty critters. Oh, you're talking about the AccuCutter? Yes, for the tartan plaid. Steven, I got that pattern, the tartan plaid pattern. That's one I plan on doing. But I started looking at the cutting instructions and I was just overwhelmed just looking at them. I hadn't even started cutting anything yet. There is a lot of pieces in that quilt. And I was thinking about doing the larger size one to like put on your bed. And after looking at the cutting instructions, I'm probably only going to do like the throw. So yeah. Even with the throw, it's a lot of pieces. That's a lot. It's going to be a beautiful quilt though. And then in 2 weeks' time, on Tuesday, Shannon and I will be doing our next New York Beauty Block. Those are coming out so good. I'm loving to see everybody's New York Beauty Block. So thank you for posting them in my Facebook group. It's been really great to see everybody's. And of course, as always, on Wednesdays, Stephen and I host a sew day. So come on over and check that out as well. The link to all that stuff is in the description box below, or you can do exclamation sew day if you would like the Zoom link for that. That begins at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and we typically go till about 4 p.m. Eastern time, unless Stephen or I have something we have to do and we can't be there. But typically that's what we do. So Steven said he's doing the twin that's as much as he can handle, right? Yeah, I saw the great big one. I was like, no, that's not happening. Step one, cut 525,600 1-inch pieces. No, no, no. It's not quite all that bad, but except now you want me, I want to break out in song, Russ, but I'm not going to because I don't want to kill your ears. Uh, So definitely check out all their channels. Steven's fun, celebration 10,000 day. That's going to be a lot of fun. So really looking forward to that. It's always fun to sew with friends. Okay. Those, let's see what the next step is. Pressing those, that would be the next step. Get all these guys pressed. I'm gonna put some magic juice on them first. With all these seams, we need to lay really flat. That's a load of pieces. And this is just for the heads right here. This is just the pieces that are laid out are just for the heads. That's not for all. I still have bags. I keep my stuff separated by color in bags. And I still have bags and bags and bags of pieces. So, yeah. It's gonna be a bit. Hi, Matthew. Good to see you. Oh, the Chiefs won. Good. All right. I was watching it before I came live, but I was thinking they were on the way with the scores I was seeing, but you never know. Sometimes things can change in the last few minutes. So awesome. Good to hear. So does anybody have anything fun coming up this week? Anything to look forward to? I am jetting off later this week to vacation with my oldest daughter, or my only daughter, my oldest child, and my youngest child. So 10-year span between the two. Because their birthdays are both coming up, so it's kind of their birthday present. And decided that this year, Sarah is turning 15. Oh. That I wanted to do something with her because next year she'll get her wheels and she'll never want to be home and be with us again. So um so we're going on a little trip. So I'm excited for that. That's later this week. So I'm gonna be out of town just for a few days. Going out of town for about 4 days. So it'll be fun. Um Matthew said, sadly, just work this week. Oh yeah, that is sad. Go Lions starting soon. Yes. I hope the Lions win too. I think the Lions and the Chiefs would be a great matchup in the Super Bowl. So, okay, let's see what is next in the pattern. All right, so the next thing I have to do is, all right, looks like I got to put these pieces together next. So these ones go down like that, and these go up like that. Okay, so the points go towards each other. All right. Ooh, leaving Saturday for a Western Caribbean cruise, Kathleen? That sounds fun. Have nice night, warm, beautiful weather. We had some warmer weather after having really cold weather and snow. And then last night overnight, we had some wicked winds. It threw trash cans around the neighborhood, all kinds of stuff. And today it's kind of chilly and there's some snow on the ground again. So it's been really weird weather. The Siberian Wind said, I'm doing my first live on my channel on Tuesday night. I'm so excited. Awesome. Congratulations. That's great. That's always fun. The first live is nerve-wracking a little bit just because you don't know if everything's going to work right, but it'll be fun too. So I hope you have a great time. The score was 17-10. Okay, it was 17-7 last time I looked, so cool. I got a few more points, but not enough. Being from Cleveland, I can't ever like be a Baltimore Ravens supporter. If any of you out there know the history, sorry, Baltimore people. Sorry, Shannon. Been enjoying a few days of 70-degree weather. Wow. Wow. So everyone said, oh, I'm definitely terrified. Don't be terrified. Just relax and have fun and just talk to people like you're talking to your friends. It's fine. You'll be fine. Steven's asking what your channel is, Siberian Wind, if you want to share or like let us know what it is. Matthew said, weird weather here too after record low temps in the teens 2 weeks ago. It's almost 60 degrees today. Yeah, we had a couple days here where it was really warm. It was weird because we don't get to like 50 in the wintertime. And now today it's like we had some crazy winds, freezing rain, and now it's like we got a little bit of snow. So the weather here is this year, I feel like not just here, but across the whole country and Canada and everywhere, we've had just some really strange weather patterns. Oh, you're old school Marylanders, so you like the Commanders. Okay. Well, you're all right then, Shannon. So for those of you who don't know, the Ravens team was the owner of the Ravens, or he's not alive anymore, but the original Browns team that was here in Cleveland, Ohio, which is where I live basically, moved to Baltimore at some point. The owner moved the team, and then they brought back the Browns under different, things, and it's just a weird thing. So like if you live here in Cleveland, you cannot be a Ravens fan because they took our team away. It's not really been the same since. So sorry if you're a Ravens fan. I don't hate you, but I can't support your team. This is all tongue in cheek, by the way, because I'm not really a huge football fan. I do like it when it gets down to like the bowl games and the for college, and it gets down to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. But I'm not one of those football people who watches like every Sunday. The same reason the Marylanders hate the Colts. Yeah. YouTube at the Siberian Wind. Okay. Let me click on that really quick. Very cool. Awesome. Congrats for you, Siberian Wind. That's awesome. Joanna said, I spent most of my childhood living in two parts of Maryland. I still have kin near Baltimore. Cool. Okay. All right, I got these pieces done. So let's see. The next thing I have to do is add pieces Y and Z, which are pink. So let's see. These are directional, unfortunately. So this might drive my OCD a little bit crazy right now. We'll see. I'm gonna have to make sure they're all going the right way and everything. Okay, no, this is missing something. There needs to be a piece up here. Yep. Gonna say that's not quite big enough yet. Okay. So there's a piece that goes above them called F. There it is. There we go. That makes more sense. Yeah. At least I caught it before I sewed, right? Alrighty. Let's do that first. Oh, the directional curse, right? This whole quilt is full of these stripes, which are directional. So I might be mad by the time I'm done with this quilt. The other ones, I chose the fabric on the Going Coastal and the Puffin Star. So I kind of had control if there was directional fabrics or not, which there wasn't. This one, I bought the kit because Art East had a really good sale during the holiday season. And if you don't know if you're American and you see something in a Canada shop or Canadian shop, it's actually cheaper for us by quite a bit. And if you get a good deal on shipping, which they had a good deal on shipping and it was on sale, you can get this for a really, you can get things for a really good price. So I bought this directly from Art East, which is in the Halifax area. So, and it came really fast. I wasn't expecting it to come so fast because they have to go through customs and everything coming from Canada. But I think the shipping was only like $12, and from Canada, I'd expected way more. So, I mean, I've paid that much here in the States for things to get shipped to me. So, but with the exchange rate, you do really well if you order from a shop in Canada. So that's why I ordered the kit this time. Okay, that looks better. That makes more sense. I'm gonna borrow Steven's line. That was an idiot move. I wasn't reading the directions. Read your directions, especially on these Art East patterns. This is the nose part of the little red pandas. Finally starting to look like a nose. At first it didn't really look like a nose to me, but it does now. The nose and the like little mouth opening. Let's see. Colleen said, in her later years, my mom had a Super Bowl party. Anyone who really knew her knew it was just an excuse to get relief from the winter weather by socializing. Right. Okay, now I can attach these crazy directional fabrics. So I just need to make sure that they're all the same direction, so it doesn't drive me nuts. Okay, let me see where this piece is gonna go. because that's a rectangle. And so I want to make sure that they're all going the same. All right, so these are going to go up and down. So I want these to go up and down. Okay, perfect. Am I doing the nose is adorable? It is. Joanna asked if I was doing the Art East folk art quilt. No, I think it's really cute, but I really just didn't have the capacity to start another like because it's a block of the week or a block of the month, right? I have so many of those that honestly either are still going or they were going and I didn't finish them. I don't know why, but it's really hard for me to finish block of the month projects. And I think it's because it's on somebody else's schedule, not mine. I don't know if that makes sense or if that sounds weird, but I tend to like get most of the blocks done and then I just don't finish it. Like I don't put the quilt together or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is that keeps me from. I'm a little crazy. It's something in my head that keeps me from finishing for some reason. I feel like if it's like a project that I picked and that I know I really want to do, I'll sit and finish it. Whereas if I don't know. So anyway, no, the answer that was a long way to say no. I'm not doing that one. I think it's really cute. I think I can't wait to see how other people do it based on like what fabrics they picked. It just wasn't something I was interested in. I like to do this where I'm doing and I know like the whole project, what it's going to look like. Although you know what that looks like, but it's like I get to have the whole thing at once. I think it stems from I was at a retreat years ago. This is a long time ago, before I even started doing my own retreats. That it was a project-based retreat where part of the fee that you paid, you got all the fabric and you got the project. And at this retreat, they didn't give you the entire pattern. So they gave you the first page, the cutting instructions. And some of the fabrics were directional, and they didn't tell us which way to cut them for directional. And then they gave us the first block, and you had to make that block. They didn't really lead it as an instructor. It wasn't like an instructor teaching it. They just handed out the block, right? And if you had any questions, you could raise your hand, and of course they'd come help you. But it wasn't like they were teaching in front of the whole retreat, which is fine. I don't think there's even a problem with that. Especially because you could have some advanced people who really don't need the teaching. And then that way you have time, if people are beginners, you can go and focus on them, right? But they gave you one block, and then there was 75 people at this retreat. So they gave you one block, you had to finish it, and then you had to raise your hand when you're done, and they had to check it before they gave you the next piece. So I did that, and I'm pretty quick at sewing. So I was one of the first people done, and because there were so many people in the room and so many people that needed help with the block, I had to wait quite a bit. Like I think I waited at least 45 minutes from the time I raised my hand till somebody came and checked it and gave me the next set of instructions. So then we get the next block. There was, I think, 3 or 4 different blocks. And the next block, again, I got done rather quickly, but it had directionals in it. And because they didn't tell us to cut your directionals this way if you want them a certain way in your block, or they didn't give us that block instruction so we could see that, all the directionals were all going the wrong way. And that just blows my mind. You guys know. With the OCD thing, it blows my mind. So that frustrated me. And then again, I had to wait. It was less time that time, but I had to wait 20, 30 minutes for somebody to come check my block before I could get the next block. And then the same thing. Finally, by the third block, because there's 4 blocks, I just went up to them like I found somebody and I said, here's my block. Can I please have the last block? Because I was tired of waiting. So that was a little bit frustrating for me. And ever since then, I have like issues with like other people's timelines. Like if I just want to do it, I just want to do it. So like if I do a block of the month and I finish the block, I want the next one, or I don't have to wait. I don't know. I have issues. I'm telling you, I have issues. It's all right. Wow, having them chip the block, that doesn't sound fun. I'm sorry to hear about that experience. That's okay. It taught me everything I've learned along the way has taught me either what not to do or what I don't like or what I do like. And I really like the quilt shop that put on that retreat. Um, I enjoyed the people and everything, but would I go back to that retreat? No, because they still do that. They still do it that way. And I think that the reason they do it that way is because people are at different levels, right? You have beginners all the way to advanced. And I think they think if they stand up in front of everybody and teach, that number one, 75 is a lot of people. So people are probably going to miss the teaching and they're going to have to do it several times. But on top of it, I think they think that some people just aren't going to get it. So they just leave people on their own and then they'll help people if they need it. And then if people don't, but then in my mind, they should just have somebody walking around just to give out like the next block, right? Not you have to raise your hand and wait. And yeah, I don't know. So I think maybe I have control issues and I felt out of control with that kind of situation. So it's probably more my problem than anything else. So, but I do think that Art East folk quilt sampler thing is really cute. I've seen the picture of it. I can't wait to see some people posting pictures on social media with like their different fabric picks and all that stuff. So I think that's gonna be neat. So they did Art East did a Wizard of Oz thing, block of the month kind of sew along thing. And that was one of the reasons I didn't join it, even though I love Wizard of Oz. But they have since now released the entire pattern, and I bought the pattern because now I can do it on my time. I don't have to be stuck to somebody else's schedule. So if that makes sense. Okay, there's those. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. I would have been sitting next to you twiddling my thumbs while we waited, right? Well, at least I would have had somebody to talk to. That would have been nice. I could have sat next to you. We could have talked. There you go. I went to that retreat really not knowing anybody. Um, so that probably didn't help. It would probably been better if I had a friend to talk to while I was waiting, but okay. So many little pieces. Yes. I think I really like little pieces. Either that or I'm just a glutton for punishment. I probably should just do one face so I can get at least one face done today with you guys. I'd like to have at least one done. I feel like the faces have the most little pieces too. So if you like look at the pattern, I'll show you guys the pattern again. Once I get like the faces done, I think the rest of this is gonna go really fast. It's the faces have the most pieces, so. They're just so cute. I know. I got like a little bit addicted to them after I did that Puffin star, and then Going Coastal came out really well, and kind of addicted to the patterns now. Not a bad addiction, I guess. Okay. Press that. I am going to finish one face first, I think, rather than trying to do all three. That way I can see one done. Okay, now that I have that piece done, let's see. I can add one of these top pieces to it, just like this. So that's the eyes, the nose, and the little mouth. Kind of hard to tell right now, I think, because it's not fully built that those are eyes. Oh, that looks more like eyes now. There we go. I like that it has little eyebrows. That's adorable. I don't think any of the animals I've done so far for the Art East one had a little eyebrows. Oh, the quilt behind me is, oh gosh, I can't think of the name of the company. It's a company in Canada. Stephen, if you're still here and you remember, if you could put that in for Jeffrey. That I got at the Quilt Canada show. Both Walter and I had gotten this quilt kit. I'll tell you that if you're good with patterns, you could do this quilt, but if you're not, I mean, it's a simple quilt, but the pattern was not written very well. There was like several different sizes on the pattern as far as like the finishing. Like one said, I think like 64 by 64, and one said 60 by 60. And then the size of the squares, it said to take like two 8.5-inch half square triangles, do the where you make two at a time method, and that you would get two 8.5-inch square triangles, which we all know is like mathematically impossible. So they had some pretty bad instructions, but if you can get past, if you're somebody who can get past instructions, then you could probably do it. You could figure it out. I just sized down everything, but it's basically made from 2.5-inch strips. The dark part, there's several strips, and then you cut them into, you just like make strips, cut them into 8.5-inch squares, cut your background 8.5-inch squares, and then make two half square triangles, and then put them together in this configuration. But oh, Meerkat. Yeah, there's a company called Meerkat. I think it's called Meerkat Quilting or something in Canada. They sell the pattern. So just warning you, it's not a great pattern. Okay, so let me get some more of this face together. Oh, I think I flipped too far in the book. Okay, let's see what's next. this one next, purple. All right, so I need, looks like 2 of these per guy, and then 2 of these. I think we're making like the part of the ear now. Yeah. I'm gonna make 2 ears. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Yeah. So Jeffrey, he threw that in there for you in the chat. I don't know what Walter thinks. Maybe Stephen can fill us in, or if Walter's there. But the fabric is lovely. And it's a shame that it's really a shame that the pattern was done so badly, because it kind of takes away from the fabric, because you're working with this beautiful fabric and then get frustrated because the pattern was so bad. Yeah, shortchanging in fabric and the kits. Yeah. I actually didn't have the problem of being shortchanged, except for in my kit, they put muslin in for the background fabric, and the blue is African batiks. And I didn't want to use muslin because muslin's thin, and I don't know, I just didn't think that that was right for the front of a quilt. And the one that they showed at the quilt show, this was at Quilt Canada, they had a booth set up. That's where I purchased it. They didn't use muslin in that one. They claim it was, but it wasn't, because I looked at it really closely. It was regular quilting cotton, like a solid white. And so it's kind of disappointed when I got home and realized that they had given us muslin for the background fabric. So I switched it out with just some plain white, like a Bella Solid. I think I actually did like a little bit of an off-white color, but it came out really pretty. It just was a little, the pattern was not good. It was, like Steven said, very poorly written. Okay, let's get these pressed. So for all of you who sew the Cotton Cuts Carnival Puzzle Mystery Quilt, that we were supposed to sew this Saturday, but I am going to be out of town. So Shannon's going to be doing it on her channel. So she'll be sewing it. I just won't be there, which is okay. But it'll work the same. You'll get the Zoom link and then you can join her on her channel. So if you're looking for Carnival Puzzle Mystery Quilt, Shannon's going to take over for me this weekend. So thank you, Shannon, for doing that. I am going to be still out of town and having some fun with my kids. So all right, so here's the start of the ears, and let's see, we have to put another piece on them, this N piece. Hesitating because it only said to cut 4 of those, and there's 3 heads, so I'm just going to double check. Yeah, I think that is a pattern error. So if you get this pattern and you get to the ears, it says to cut 4 of these. And actually that'll make us short for, all right, let me just double check and make sure I'm reading it right. Yeah, so that'll make you short for the other 2 heads. So you actually need 6 of these, not 4. Okay. So put that right on top and we're going to sew corner to corner. I'm going to mark it. I did not check to see if there's any pattern corrections. I probably should have, so it might already be in the pattern corrections. But just so you're aware, if you do this pattern. Okay, so that's going to be the little ear unit. That's really cute. I'm going to do the other one as well. You could save this part and do, I don't know, something with it, maybe. I'm not a fabric saver, so sorry for those of you who are. And there's the other ear. Okay, I'm going to trim these away. Make sure you trim the right half. I'm going to check it before I trim it. Okay, there we go. Oh, thanks, Shannon. She said happy to do it. Doing the Zoom. So eventually, not yet because we have to add stuff to these ears, but that's going to be on either side of the head. See, it's going to make the ears. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, so now I need, let's see, K, whatever K is. Okay, there we go. K is this background. So I need 2 of those, it looks like. 2 of J. So you don't feel alone. I made my own idiot move today, sewing a quilt as you go tiny bag. Didn't read where it said not to iron down the stabilizer. Oops, having to improvise. All right, good to know. and then X. For those. Let's see what else I need. A, what is A? Oh, there, the background. So we're gonna put those on J. All right. I don't think I'm gonna finish one of these on camera today because there's still a lot of pieces to do, but we'll get some more done here. Can definitely start to see the face though, which is cool. Two pieces on the floor. Hi Donna. Catherine said that's amazing. Thank you. That is coming out so cute. I love it so far. I can't wait to get some more of this together and see what this face looks like. I actually took this project with me to Georgia for the retreat, but I didn't have time to get to this one. So I'm glad I'm starting it now. Magic juice on these guys. There we go. Patsy said, really cute, but looks a bit fiddly. It is. There's lots of little pieces. The faces are for sure. I think the bodies and like there's leaves on it are going to go really quick. This is definitely like the fiddliest part. So it feels like when you do something like that, that you're not getting a lot done very quickly. But once I get these faces done, I think the rest of it's going to come together really fast because that was the same thing with the puffins when I did the puffin star. Once I got the heads of the puffin done, especially around the beak area and the eye, the rest of the quilt came together quite quickly. And I was surprised by how fast it came together. Like the puffins took me probably a good day and a half to do all the puffins. But once I got the puffins done, The rest of the quilt I got done in less than a day. So if you're up for lots of little pieces, the Art East quilts are definitely for you. Or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, if you've been piecing for a really long time but never have done like little bitty pieces, this might be a good one to try because or something like that Art East one. Just trying to figure out how this is supposed to go here because it doesn't match what the diagram is showing. So I'm just a little bit confused on what's supposed to go where. So I'm just taking my time. Okay. It looks like I need to put this together first. And then there's like another piece that goes on top of this, which is what I was confused about because in the picture, it looked like there was a piece here, but didn't show it all together. Okay, that's it. All right, so I'm gonna sew these ones together now. When you have something that's kind of complicated, just take your time, reread it, read it 3 or 4 times if you need to. If you have your basics as a quilter, your 1/4 inch, you can make flying geese, you can make half square triangles. You can do any of these quilts. It's just a matter of patience and taking your time. Because none of the techniques in this are hard. It's just paying attention to all the different directions because just for the faces on this alone, there's 3 pages of directions and I don't even know how many pieces, a lot. So, and it's not a project that you're going to get done in one day. Um, and I knew that coming into it. I knew because I've done the other ones already, and I'm okay with that. But if I can finish like one face, I'll feel like I got accomplished. And then I'll do the other 2 faces, and they'll go quicker because I've already done one. And then everything else after that is going to go a lot faster because the bodies and the bodies of the pandas and the leaves on the quilt are not hard at all compared to the face. Because so if you get the faces done first, then you've like really kind of gone over the mountain already. All right, so I'm going to add these to the tops. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you. Siberian one said, I only had audio while I walked the dog. That's coming together. So cute. Yes, it is. It's adorable. I really couldn't see the face too much until I got this part together. Now I see it. I really like it. Okay, press these guys. And then I have to add a piece to these. So that's so far, we're going to be sewn together, but sort of what it's going to look like. Grab one of these. I think the next step, I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch of itty bitty half square triangles. Okay, so there and there. So we're looking like so far. Now I have to make, let's see, I need two of these background, and then I need, okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should pair with a background square. Yeah. 1, 2. So these are, I think, yeah, 1.5 inch size squares, this next part here. And we're going to need to make half square triangles out of these. Not 2 at a time, though, just 1. Thank goodness. But little pieces. Hi, Mona. Good to see you. So I'm just going to pair these together and sew them all at the same time. We're just sewing right down the middle since we're not doing the 2 at a time, which is good because 2 at a time with this small would end up being like 1/2 inch size or something crazy like that, half square triangles. And I don't think I've ever made half square triangles quite that small. Okay, that'll for those. Thank you, Kathleen. I think it's adorable. I can't wait to get them made. I'll probably work on this if you guys join us for Wednesday, the sewing with Stephen and Stephanie. I'll probably be working on this on Wednesday. Because it's so much fun. And I know Stephen's going to be working on an Art East pattern. I don't know if he's going to do it on Wednesday, but he has the tartan plaid pattern that I have as well. But he has actually started cutting it. I have not. All right. I'm going to give these a press and then we can put these together. Triangulations does have square triangles that small, said Russ, but I can't imagine trying to adjust the cutting instructions to handle triangulations. Yeah. Triangulations is the paper, right, Russ? Like where you saw on paper? I think as long as you sew a straight line and you cut the squares straight, that you really don't need to sew these on paper. They come out fine. They're just little. Okay, so now I got to take two of these per side and sew them together with this guy. Oh, I see what that's going to be. Okay. That's going to be like part of his like fur from his face there. Okay. I see the vision. Printing on paper, yeah. Okay. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. Thank you. So I like to watch, I don't know what you guys like to watch on like videos and stuff, but I think because I've looked for videos of red pandas because my kids were asking me what a red panda was um, on YouTube. Now they come up in my shorts all the time. So I was looking at YouTube, the shorts the other day, and there was a bunch of red panda stuff. And my youngest son said, "Oh, that's cute. I want one." And I said, "You can't have one before I get one." So they're just the cutest little thing. They remind me of raccoons, but just a little bit cuter. Although if they're not into your garbage cans, I think raccoons are pretty cute too. All right, so I'm going to attach these all together. I put these pieces together, and then I think I could put the ear on, and then I can put this whole thing together to make the face. Yay. So it took a little bit of time. I've been sewing for about an hour. I started off doing all three faces, so probably about an hour a face. Although might go a little faster if you're not like on YouTube. My goodness, so cute. Russ, Linda's asking if you have a video on your channel about the triangulations and do you talk about it there? I know he's talked about him on his channel. I'm not sure if he has a specific video on it, but if he, I might be mistaken. Okay. Make these a press. Okay, good to know, Russ. I knew that you had talked about it at some point. I wasn't sure how in depth you got into it or if you all that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to sew the ears onto these sections and then we can put all three pieces together. Just double checking the instructions, making sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Okay. I bought one of those starch pens, haven't been able to use it yet. I'm waiting to set up my new sewing space in the living room, waiting for carpet in my bedroom first. Cool. Let me know what you think when you try it. It works really well. At least I think so. I've converted many of people to the magic juice. So I'd love to know what you think of it. All right. Press those. Okay. Have it pinned to play, downloaded the sample. Awesome. Okay, now I'm just going to add these guys here, and then we have a face. Yay. Okay, I only have to make two more. That's okay. I think the next two will go faster because I've already done one. First time you do something, you have to look really closely at the instructions, and then after that's not, it goes a little quicker. So Okay, let me get this guy pressed. Thanks, Cindy. Cindy said it's too cute. I think so too. Thanks, Terry. Watching you and football, said Cynthia. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Such a cute red panda. I want to pinch its cheeks. Right? Okay, there it is. That's his face. Oh my gosh, it looks actually cuter in the video screen. I can see it in the video. I think it looks cuter that way than it does just laying here on my mat, but I really, really like it. I'm really excited how it came out. Cool. All right, well, that's all I have for today. So I just wanted to get one face sewn. If you want to come over Wednesday and join Stephen and I for our sew day, let me actually put that in the chat now. We'd love to have you. It's private. It's not here live on YouTube. It's not recorded, so it never gets put on YouTube. So if that's something that you would like to do, we'd love to have you. Again, we start at 9 a.m. Eastern time. You just go to the Zoom link that I just put in the chat. I'll be working on this red panda quilt. I'm super excited about it. He turned out really, really cute, adorable. So I just need to make 2 more faces and then I can start putting the bodies together. And then here, let me show you guys again. There's the 3 pandas and then the leaf sections, and then it's just background from that point. So I think once, like I said, the faces were the most tedious part. I think once I get those done, I think the rest is going to go together really quickly. So I think this quilt should be done within a few weeks here. So not sure how much I'm going to get done after today or after Wednesday because I'm going to be gone for a few days. But maybe by the next Wednesday, when Stephen and I sew together, I might be able to finish it that day. So I'd love for you to join us. Stephen would love for you to join us. So we'll see you then. I hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget that Fort Worth Fabric Studio, the sew along starts tomorrow, or well, it doesn't start, but week 2 is tomorrow. I'm all crazy. All right, and then 2 weeks from Tuesday is our next New York Beauty, and that will be back on my channel for the month of February. If you remember, we're going every other month, 1 month on Shannon's channel, 1 month on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Shannon, Russ, and Steven. Shannon and Russ are getting really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you could check them out if you haven't yet, I'm sure everybody here already has, because you guys are awesome. And I know you go and subscribe to all of us, but I appreciate that. And don't forget about Steven's. Hi, Jeannie. Don't forget about Steven's upcoming bash for his 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations again, Steven. And then Wednesday, like I said, so is Stephanie and Steven, and then I'm going to be gone for a few days. So I'm really looking forward to that. Got Russ, what is Shannon's channel name? Shannon is Slay Arts. Let me drop the link in the chat really quick before we go. Thank you, Terry. You have a great evening as well. Shannon. And let me put Russ in there for you guys. And I'll put Steven in there for you guys. There you go. All right, there's all my friends right here on YouTube. They're great people. I've met all of them in person, and you guys will love them too, so give them a shot. But I suspect that most of you are already subscribed, like I said earlier. So thanks for hanging out with me while I worked on this cute little guy. I can't wait to get the other 2 made and start to put the bodies together and make this fun quilt. All right, take care, and I will see you hopefully on Wednesday. Bye.